Well, President Trump's trade battle with Canada is taking hold on U.S. alcohol suppliers. Last week, Canada imposed a 25% tariff on several U.S. products, including wine. That was in response to new tariffs from the U.S., some of which were paused until April 2nd. Now, the dispute went beyond Canada Thursday when President Trump threatened a severe tariff on European spirit imports in response to a planned EU tariff on U.S. whiskey. Still following us? For now, for how all this affects the wine industry, Benjamin Anef joins us here in Studio 57. He's the president of the U.S. Wine Trade Alliance and a managing partner at Tribeca Wine Merchants. I mean, the tariff back and forth has been a bit dizzying, but how strong of a trade relationship do the U.S. and Canada have, specifically when it comes to wine? How much are winemakers sending up north?
Canada is the most important trading partner for wine and spirits in the United States. Winemakers send about $450 million worth of wine up to Canada and about almost $300 million worth of spirits. It's an incredibly important market.
Well, in Canada, many stores are pulling U.S. products off of their shelves. That includes liquor and wine. How are Canadian wine sellers and consumers reacting to all of this?
You're exactly right, and you speak to the bigger problem. It's not just about the tariff, it's the fact that many of these provincial governors are precluding the sale of U.S. alcohol whatsoever.
And sentiment, right?
Exactly. It's a massive problem for the U.S. wine industry.
So President Trump claims that a potential 200% tariff on European alcohol, that would include wine and champagne, would help U.S. wine production, including sparkling wine. Is that true?
Unfortunately, that's not the case. A 200% tariff on wine and spirits from the European Union would be devastating to hundreds of thousands of small businesses across the country. You have, let's see, 350,000 restaurants, 47,500 independently owned wine retailers, 4,000 importers and distributors who all rely on the sale of imported wine for their very existence. And remember, in most states, it's actually illegal for a domestic wine grower to ship directly to businesses and consumers. It means domestic growers rely on healthy wine distributors to sell in the markets they need to. If you want to sell your wine in a restaurant or a retail store in New York City, Miami, Bar Harbor, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, you need a wine distributor that's healthy to be able to sell your wine. So when distributors go out of business, which without a doubt, a 200% tariff would see huge numbers of wine distributors in the U.S. go out of business. It means U.S. domestic producers lose access to market.
Why would distributors go out of business?
I mean, it's a great question. The reality is these are such a critical part of their business models. You know, wine on both sides of the Atlantic, by the way, has been effectively tariff-free. Businesses have been developed around these very low, fair trading relationships. And it's allowed huge numbers of businesses in the United States to thrive on them. And remember, in the United States, because of the three-tier system, for every dollar we send to the EU to buy a bottle of wine, American businesses, mostly small, family-owned businesses, make $4.52.
And so you're saying that if all of a sudden they can't afford anymore to sell these European spirits, that American goods, the demand for American goods would not be enough to make up for that shortfall?
Oh, absolutely. But moreover, the minute I was on calls today with distributors all over the country, if they have to pay a 200% tariff on a container of wine coming in, lots are going out of business. And these are the people who represent U.S. wines all over the United States.
I have to be quick with you, but what does this mean for the wine drinker at home who's watching this right now?
Look, we're hopeful that the United States and our friends abroad, both in Canada and in the European Union, are going to find a better way to resolve these underlying issues without bringing a very healthy and fair trading relationship that benefits both sides, by the way, into bear.
Does it possibly mean their nightly glass is going to get more expensive?
It would absolutely mean that.
Okay. Benjamin Anef, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Lindsay.